Hello, this is Bolt Gunmetal, and I am so excited to share this news because it was just awesome. And I think this could be something that a lot of other people enjoy as well. I was trying to get my girlfriend and my son into Warhammer 40k and kind of discovered that the larger armies and massive amount of stats they had to remember was kind of not doing it for them. They were kind of more interested in direct storytelling like D&D. So I decided to create this game, and it is called Gauntlet, named after the old arcade game Gauntlet Dark Legacy is what I'm thinking of. But it's Warhammer Gauntlet. It's as many players as you'd like to play as, and it is a cooperative experience. So in this case, these were the three characters. We had like a knight, a magician, or I guess in this case, I don't remember what they're called, a librarian, and then we had a centurion sergeant as the three characters, and then we had an AI medic that followed behind and would heal our characters. So I added an NPC system. These were the NPCs, random monsters. I used the dungeon terrain from Warlock tiles to make a basic dungeon, and I made this mode that was just played was actually a Scooby-Doo style mode where you're running from door to door, opening these doors, trying to hide from this big monster. And everybody had a really good time with that. And it's a way for me to extend my hobby to my whole family. I mean, my girlfriend, who I intend to marry, loves it. Her librarian helped take out this big monster and a bunch of other stuff. And she's just been really into the game. She even wanted to add a dialogue system. So the basics of the game there's really not much to it. At the beginning, you move and activate all your characters. You can do move, shoot, magic, charge, just like any other thing. You can decide who goes first each turn. You can like random order. Then when you do all of your turns, all of your attacking and stuff, you can also do one action. So you can do move, shoot, attack, and you can do one action where you can, like, for instance, interact with this half-dead space marine or pick up this skull. So there'd be that as well. So you would activate your characters. They've all gone. They end up here. Then you activate the monster. And in this case, I didn't have a scatter die, so I used one of these, and I colored one of the triangles, and I would flip it, and it would tell me where it went, and then I would roll a d10 to say how far it went because we were pretending that the monster was blind. So that was how we did that. It's really simple. You just do your turns. Then you activate the AI. The AI moves its basic movement. If it can charge, it can try to, or shoot, it can try to. And after all the, like, you would literally like activate this. It's close enough to charge or shoot. You could do it shooting and do its shooting attack real quick. Then when you're done with that, you could charge. It goes in. You could do your Overwatch. It's just basic Warhammer 40k rules as far as gameplay put into a dungeon crawler. And so what I did to make the game fun is I made a lot of puzzles that were interlocking, so you'd have to go into every room. In fact, this was a goofy puzzle that you didn't have to do, but it was just kind of a fun thing. It was a busted electric chair that on a 1 through 5 would nearly kill you, but on a 6 it would give you a 3+ invulnerable save for the rest of the match, or the rest of the gauntlet. So that was pretty cool. Like, I had this map. If the players selected that, then these tokens that represent enemy would show up on the map, so they could know where the enemies were, but they wouldn't know what they are. So they could click on that map and have that happen. I made the game really interactive and just wrote 1 page of extra rules to go with the 40k stuff. I'm not suggesting you play my exact game. I'm actually just telling everybody because it seems very easy to do this. I would say it plays like Zombicide or a board game. Like, that's what it's closest to, is like those Dungeons and Dragon board games, Zombicide, Omega Protocol, or those kind of games where you're a team in a dungeon facing monsters. We did add some dialogue stuff where our characters would be like, "What do we do?" My son's a little young for that, so he liked to have his character farting all the time, and that was a little bit abrasive for Warhammer 40k and for my own imagination. But my girlfriend, she got all into it. She was like doing accents, using people's correct character names. Like, this was Brutus Stonewall. This was her princess. She was pretending the librarian was a girl. I'm sure a lot of you will be upset with that. And then this was my son's character, the Centurion. He named him Morph the Destroyer. and I thought that wasn't too bad either. So it was a simple game, takes about 1 hour to play. We played it with haunted like pipe organ music, so it felt like it was scary. I did a read off to kind of give an idea what the game was. So at the very beginning, you kind of read the situation like you will find yourself in a dark, dark dungeon. And then I had NPCs, like if you were to go into this room and open the door, there were Gerard was here and the standard bearer was here, and you could go talk to them, and I had pre-prepared paragraphs for them to say and a couple responses if they had questions. And I actually had them both giving you opposite information, and you had to kind of figure out who to trust. So it's a really simple game. It's D&D light and Warhammer 40k light as well. So it's just a really quick, fun to play mode. It's completely cooperative with, you could add competitive elements, but nobody plays as the monsters. Nobody wants the monsters to win. You all control the monsters. You all agree where they should go with the movement and stuff. It's a basic AI system. They're going to move towards an attack. This is how simple it is. They will only move towards an attack the closest model. So if the closest model is this guy, they're always going to go to him first. So they move towards the closest model, and then you have them do their attacks. It's that simple to have a nice, easy AI system. It's surprisingly hard. I had to kind of fib and let my son believe he wasn't dead, and same thing for me a couple of times to keep the game going. So it could be dialed in a little better to be more fair. But as far as leveling up, you can use any weapon, stat, or anything you can think of in Warhammer 40k and make a level 10 system where your characters can level up to level 10 at least. So I already made it so he could fire, the Centurion starts being able to fire both guns at the same time. The Magician or the Librarian gets an extra magic attack, and my guy ended up with an artifact sword. And that's how it worked. And it was a good game. It doesn't require a full DM. It needs kind of like the group to act as the DM in a sense, to act as the monsters. And then it allows the person who knows the rules and stuff like that to still play the game. I played a weak character that could at best do 8 damage per turn, while theirs could do damage in the 25s or 30s, because of how much power they ended up with. I played a really weak character, so I could just guide them and just kind of help them get through the game, and it was really fun. So this was a cooperative experience. I enjoyed it a lot. It's called Warhammer Gauntlet. If you guys want me to break down rule by rule, step by step how to play this, I will make a video about that. But I really just like you to get the idea of what it would look like so you can make your own game, because we're just making our own home game that works for us. It's more... My girlfriend is more interested in storytelling and interpersonal relationships with characters. So I was like, okay, let's just do a Warhammer D&D that's got a little bit of that, but is mainly still just, the mechanics of Warhammer, fighting, slashing, all that kind of stuff, with a little bit of extra D&D fluff. So this is the game. It's Gauntlet. I fucking love it. Steal all my ideas and also get this Warlock tile system. Good Lord. I added some parts that aren't supposed to be with it, but good Lord, does it look really good. This is after a game, so it's gotten shaken loose, and I didn't clip it all together, which you can, but yeah, this was about a 5-minute build, and then I spent the rest of the day dialing it in to get it just right, with the little accessories and puzzle stuff. And you'd be surprised how fun a puzzle game with rewards, dungeon crawling in the Warhammer universe can be. It can be grimdark, it can be badass. Our medic actually had to sacrifice himself to protect my son. So he ended up taking the blow from this and dying. And it was so we can make our escape. So we ended up losing our AI character, and now he's going to be gone, and my character has to become a paladin and be able to do basically magic healing is what we're going to have him do. So that's the plan. It's a little bit D&D, it's a little bit Warhammer, it's a little bit Gauntlet and Diablo. It's a nice, simple dungeon crawling experience. It takes 1 hour to get through a game for us, unless you wanted to play on a much bigger battlefield, but or dungeon. It just gets way more confusing the bigger you make it. This is nice. For starter games, this is really good. It feels good. It feels like there's a lot of places to go. It feels intricate. So, Warhammer Gauntlet, what do you think of it? Are you interested? Have you played something like it? Is there something that you enjoy that you play with your friends that's kind of like this? And if so, tell me what it's like and what those rules are like. This was Bolt Gun Metal. Super excited because I just played 2 games of this, and my son defeated about 20 zombies in the first match and some Plague Marines. And my girlfriend got cut off in a room with her librarian with 3 Plague Marines in the same room, and she fried them all with the best magic rolls. She rolled 3 12s in a row for magic, so she rolled 12 for each time she summoned her smite. And each time she got damage, it was 6s. So she rolled like 8 6s in a row and got 18 damage in a row on a bunch of Plague Marines and just fried them. It was fucking awesome. So this game rocks. It's fun. It's easy to play, and it takes nearly no time. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys are playing similar things or have reasons why you don't or already have. So thanks for listening.